Hello YouTube, this is Shirley426 and today we have the review of the Amaim Warrior at the Borderline weapon set 8. So basically this is supposed to be one of those Kyoukai Senki series weapon part set boxes. However, unlike the previous ones, this one comes with a truck including the weapons. So yeah, so I think they really should have just worked on their product name instead of making this as a weapon set. They could have just called it, they could have just named the whole truck thing as well. So yeah, let's go on to the review. So in this review I won't be going over like showing every combination or possible combination of like weapon and mobile suit or Kyoukai Senki kit combination. I'm just going to be focusing on the weapon set itself, so basically what you get in the truck itself as well. Alright, so while it's not really mentioned on the box title, this thing is called the Dreadnought, so this truck here. So for those who don't remember, about 2 to 3 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, for the Kyoukai Senki series, they actually did release a truck. It was the like special carrier armored truck kind of thing. So basically it was literally a carrier to, you know, move around or carry the Kyoukai Senki like main mech. So I believe these were called the amaim series or something like that. No, the males. So like the males Kenbu. This is the Byakuchi in the special color thing going on here. But yeah, it was only meant to put these guys inside the truck and move them around. That was the sole purpose. Now in the sub-series that was shown on YouTube, they showed these guys. And these obviously came in. They also brought in supplies, weapons, ammunitions, and a few more units of the males unit, which I failed to get because I was able to get this online, but the day on release I was trying to get both, but once again it was the day before Children's Day and there was a huge monstrous line, and I did not want to stay in line for 3 hours, so I basically gave up, waited another week, and then ordered it, and now I have this. I'm still considering whether or not to get the green unit, but once again, it really depends. Anyway, so let's get on to the review. So this is the Dreadnought, so let's talk about what you're supposed to get in this box set itself. So first of all, obviously you get the Dreadnought, and then on the Dreadnought you get all the stuff that you're supposed to get. So you get 4 search headlights. Yes, believe it or not, these things are actually searchlights. So the way how they work is that they're pretty genius in the way how they connect. So you get 4 of these sets as well, and then you can connect with each other. So you can either go 2 on 2, or on one side you can just slap on 4. So pretty cool. And yes, those gold colored parts are stickers as well. And then obviously stating the obvious, oops, you get a gattling gun or a machine gun, whatever you call it. Which was pretty cool because not only it's a gattling gun, you actually get this connector here so you can attach on top of the truck. But at the same time, because of the way how it connects, you do have a little range of up and down movement. So if you want to like modify this into a turret, you could technically do that. So that's pretty cool. The barrel does not spin, so don't force it as well. So and then inside the truck, if you follow the manual, you get 2 missile launchers. So you have one here and one here. So let me just take one out. There's one more part I would like to mention is that you get these connectors. So you get 4. Let me just get one out. So you get 4 of these small connectors here. So and that's how you connect the missile launchers. Missile launchers, you can detach the handle if you want to do so, and if you want to change the position of the handle, you can do that. Or if you're just having a hard time connecting the handle to a handle of your desired your kit, you can just always detach this, have an easier time. And yes, the front part does open like that. So yeah, of course it really depends if you put it on which side of the handle you put it on. The opening side will feel a little bit different here. So yeah, and just to be clear, the manual, you can technically change like the layout of where or how you connect this thing here. So you can always make it go down, or you can make it go upward as well. So it really depends on your preference or taste. So be aware of that. So but once again, it's a pretty good option that you have that as well. And then finally, the Dreadnought truck itself. I have something to mention about this, but as you can see, compared to the previous truck, there are so many ports here. So if you have like a ton of weapons with pegs, you can just load this whole truck with like tons of guns and missile launchers, and I think a lot of people will like that. And number two, even though this is from the Kyoukai Senki series, I think this will work perfectly, absolutely perfectly with the 30-minute mission line. So because they're, you know, pretty much 30-minute mission is pretty much for the customization values. All right. So I've shown you the basics that you're supposed to get. Here's all the other stuff that, you know, depending on your preference. So you get this part, which I have zero clue where this is originally from, but you do not actually use this. If you look at the manual, this thing is crossed out. So, oh well. And then here, if you're one of those people who bought like 5 of these on one go, if you want to make a longer truck, you can do that. You slap that on there, and then you can connect these back carriers over and over and over. Because the way how this works, you have the front part, and then this, you just latch it on here. Basically like one of those Optimus Prime trailer kind of situations here. But yeah, so if you want to have a longer truck for some reason, you can do that. Or if you want to make a train, so yeah. Alright, so let's get on to the review. So I already mentioned the basics, so let's see what we can do. So sorry about that. Before I go on to any weapons demonstrations, let's look at the truck itself. So let me just get the weapons off here, or equipment, and then let me just open one side here, and then also detach the missile launcher as well. Alright, so let's look at the truck itself. So the truck itself, if you remember the one that previously released 2 years ago for the Kyoukai Senki series. Now, despite how this looks like a very different truck, which is correct. But the inner frame part, they actually share the base build here. So the inside parts are actually pretty much the same, except for maybe one part because of the change of design. So yeah, it's the same build. You still even have the 3-seater here inside. And once again, a very good taste of, you know, they actually give you a dark clear piece to make that illusion where this is actually a vehicle. And then once again, headlights, you put a sticker, and then on top of it you put dark clear plastic pieces, which preserves the sticker very well. And then you have the wheels here. So the back 4 wheels will just roll because they are connected with each other. Now in the front wheels, as you can see, you can actually turn them together because of their structure. And yes, they do roll, but individually. So yeah, I think they did a really good job on making this, you know, truck. I think while the first one was okay, this one they basically made it, if they saw maybe the first one was boring, so let's maybe up a notch it, and that's what they did. And you can see all these ports here. I didn't technically count them myself, but I think you should have enough. So once again, on top, on side, the only part that doesn't have the ports is maybe this part, because if you have the carrier part connected, obviously you won't be able to use the other parts. And on the bottom, once again, I don't think you could even though there were ports, I think you would have very limited options on what you can slap on there. So yeah, very well done. And then here we have the back section, which is the part where actually you put the cargo in. So once again, wheels roll a bit, but one thing I have noticed is that maybe the wheels are colliding with these parts just a little bit, because you can see there's a peg there, and when I roll it, I feel like it is touching it bit by bit. I'm not sure that was intentional, but yeah, this felt a little bit odd. And once again, you have the basic door gimmick. You can the way how this works, you can see there's a peg, it will lock in place, and if you want to fold it down, you can do so as well. But that's not all. You can also, you're supposed to technically able to slide, so you have to pull this a little bit outwards, and then you can slide it down. So you can go from here to here as well. Then you can see inside there are these 3 ports. Now the lower section does also have 3 ports, but I think the moment you use something on there, you're going to be limited on how much you can pull down, so just be aware of that. And the outside, you can also have the same ports as well. So if you're going to use the ports, I think it's mostly for the bottom section, you're going to be using the outside section as well. And then once again, we have 4 more here. So yeah, if you want to have like the famous Arc Assembly waking up scene and using this, you could technically do that as well. And then look at the back, there's even more here. So if you want to make like a rocket booster, you're technically able to do so. Now you have some stickers here, but there's no clear plastic, so oh well. And yeah, same goes for on to the other side. So I think they did a really good job trying to make a fun truck here. Heck, I think they could have just pulled this off into the 30-minute mission line and nobody would have questioned it. Anyway, that's the basic terms, and I'll be right back with a few demonstrations, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here we have the first demonstration here. So once again, you're able to slap the missile launchers here and there, and I also put the Byakuchi inside the truck. Now, technically, if you bought the first truck, they in that specific truck manual, they show you how to like convert this into like a folded up mode for the males unit, but it just doesn't make any sense. You have to twist, you have to rotate the leg area 180 degrees, which why? Because it's still, I didn't do that, and it still fits in very well. So I feel like that was a little bit unnecessary here. So maybe it's just a clearance issue, but once again, I still find that overall method to be a little bit awkward if you ask me as well. Now obviously once you have the males inside, obviously putting the missile launchers inside is going to be a little bit tricky, so or there's not going to be much space, so please be aware. And despite how these ports exist now, despite the distance between these two, the thing is that other areas like this part, they have like different locations, so they won't exactly fit. So you're probably, if you want to connect, you're probably just gonna use like one connector here to do that. And I'm pretty sure if you're interested, yes, the weapons are compatible, or technically compatible with like gunpla units as well. However, you can see the size may feel a little bit awkward, because if you don't know, like Kyoukai Senki series, I believe they're up to like a 1:72 scale, because the units are much smaller compared to mobile suits in the Gundam Universe line when you compare that to the human figures as well. So yeah, so you can see the weapon may feel a little bit big as well, but still compatible. Alright, so we've seen that part. I'll be right back for the last demonstration, which is pretty much the missile launch, because while you can slap this onto the unit, but I think it's better to show you guys how it feels, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here we have the final demonstration here. So obviously missile launcher compatible with gunpla, obviously with the Kyoukai Senki series. Now gunpla, you should have no problems with the multi-purpose hand, although because of the size it may seem or feel a little bit awkward, but still it works. So if you want to have a missile launcher, or you can use that as well. Now for the Kyoukai Senki series line, you definitely need the trigger finger hand. So make sure that you're using the trigger finger hand, because regular multi-purpose hands does not fit here. So I know it's a little bit awkward, but that's just the way how it works. And for the gattling gun, because Kyoukai Senki series kit has in general has a lot of ports, especially the males unit, so you can slap on the gattling gun on the shoulder or any place that you feel like so doing. So looks pretty cool. Actually, I don't mind having two gattling guns on the shoulder, although I'm not sure. I do have some questions regarding how much the weight can the unit withstand, but oh well. And finally, if you're curious, yes, the armor carrier can carry or hold in a typical basic mobile suit as well. Now if it's like a full armor thing, that might be some clearance issues or fitting in, but once again, size and height wise, a typical HG 1:144 scale gunpla kit would fit in with no problems as well. And anyway, that is pretty much it for the review. Now, once again, do not search for like HG Dreadnought or anything, because this is actually written as on the box, amaim warrior at the borderline weapon set 8. So yeah, it's the Kyoukai Senki series weapon set part thing. So you'll have a better chance like typing in Kyoukai Senki weapon set 8, something like that. So once again, it's a pretty good set. I bought this because of the truck, but I can see some people buying it for the weapon. So if it's for customization purpose, I think this is going to be a very nice set. So once again, it's either you're buying this for the Dreadnought or for the weapon set, or even both. So it's really up to you. Anyway, hope you guys find this review helpful. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.